Alright, welcome back to the channel. Today, as you can see, we're going to do something a little bit different. I am going to test out Iracing's AI because I love AI. So I'm going to test this out and see how I feel about it. Just came out yesterday, so it's kind of in a soft rollout stage. You can see there what our settings are going to be. Now for this part right here, this is where you set up the roster, and you can set up each individual driver. As you can see here, you can set their skill level, their aggression, their optimism. I don't know exactly what all that stuff does, but we're going to set it up. Their age, smoothness, all that. You can set all that for each individual driver. You can give each one their own paint scheme, each one their own name. So surely when this rolls out, you're going to be able to create your own season with drivers, paint schemes, everything, and you can have their skill level, aggression, optimism, everything exactly where you want it to be for each individual driver. Now I've set my race up for 20 drivers between 43 to 63%. Now a little bit of background, my iRacing background, I've been on iRacing since the first invites in 2008. I haven't raced in a while on there. Obviously I've been doing some NASCAR heat videos, but I haven't raced in a while on iRacing. It's been 6 months at least since I've turned a lap on iRacing. So I've done a little bit of testing just to get myself back in the groove, and we're going to try this Iracing AI out and just see how it goes. Alright, we are loaded in. Got my information all in there. And we are at Watkins Glen. Gonna run some Watkins Glen today with the AI and just see how it goes. Now again, like I said, I've tested a little bit and seems to be pretty good actually. They've been working on it for a couple of years as far as I know. So they seem to have it dialed in pretty decently. Obviously they're doing a soft rollout so that we can help test and refine it from there. I know the Cup Series was accidentally sent out and then they pulled it, but hopefully that'll be out soon. So I'll say right off the bat, I'm no iRacing road racing aficionado. I'm no alien sim racer, and you could probably tell that by my 43 to 63% AI level. So I'm sure I'll do a lot of things incorrectly here, but again, I haven't raced in 6 months. It took a while to even get used to again, especially those first couple of laps. But I really wanted to show the iRacing AI and kind of how they maneuver and what they do. You can see this car going below me right here, trying his best to avoid me. I give him some room, he goes on by, does his thing. Here comes another one up beside me. But once I get up beside him, he backs off a little bit and gives me room. Now there is a setting when you are setting up the race to have the AI avoid you. I do not have that turned on, but I'm guessing they are extra cautious if you turn that on. Now at the moment the Porsche is the only vehicle available, and then they have a few different tracks that you can try. I'm sure after they do a little bit of tweaking and get some feedback, they'll be coming out with some other vehicles as well. Now I just set up a 15-minute race, so nothing too long. Wanted to be able to show you the race and do some replay stuff so you can see what the AI tendencies are. You can see I gave him room there, he went right on by. Here comes another car below me. I'm going to give him some room, and he's going to go by as well. Now I don't remember from setting it up which cars I have set to aggressive, all those things. I just randomly set them up and see how it turns out. Probably be doing some testing at other tracks too, like Donington, I can get around that track decently, but take a little bit of time. I just need to get my feet wet in iRacing again. It's been a while since I've even played it, and it is definitely not NASCAR Heat 4, I can tell you that. Here comes another car to the inside. I give him some room. He scoots on by. Here comes another one. I give him a lot of room and go to the outside, and then they all get by me, which they should, because that's their opportunity to pass, so they get the opportunity to pass. Now, as the race goes on, hopefully I'll get a little bit more comfortable. The tires will heat up, and I'll get a little bit faster, too. But I really wanted to see how the AI would race around me. I've seen a few videos on YouTube as of last night, December the 3rd. I didn't see a whole lot of them changing the sliders to make each car drastically different, but I'm sure lots of people are putting up videos doing all kinds of settings today. I think iRacing looks really good. You can see the sun there. I mean, the graphics obviously aren't like Project Cars 2, but the frame rates are really nice, and that's part of the reason why. And you can see all the cars. They kind of follow a similar line, but I like to see what they do when they get side by side with each other. Oh man, look at me getting excited. Now here comes a car to my inside. He takes the spot and moves into position. And then he brakes, and off he goes. Anybody will tell you, whoa, oh man, oh, we got into him a little bit. Anybody will tell you coding AI is one of the hardest things to do in video game design. How do you code split-second decisions? It's one of the most difficult processes to complete in any game, especially a racing game. From what I've seen and done so far, I think you have to be pretty much halfway beside a car for them to see you, for the AI to see you. You have to be half up to their car for them to see you. If you're at their rear quarter panel, I don't know that they see you. You know, you can think of it like being in their blind spot or something. For them to recognize you're there, you need to be pretty up beside them for them to recognize you're down there. Now here I am right up next to this car, got a good run off the corner. Now obviously I braked a little bit earlier than he did right there, but he went wide. Whoa, he went way wide. Now I gave him some room right there so we didn't crash each other, and then we were both able to keep going, but hopefully I can catch back up to him right here. Down to the inside. I'm probably going to brake a little early. He brakes. I got to be careful of the car behind me because he's going to look to the outside. He didn't have enough room to make it. And I gave up a ton of time right there. And I'm sure a lot of people will say, well, there's no reason AI should be in iRacing. That conversation is over. It's here. It's not going anywhere. Personally, I like it because I enjoy the fact that I can practice. I hate the fact that if I'm racing in iRacing, everybody's a real person, and if I make a mistake, they're not going to be happy with it. I like the fact that I can practice with AI to get a feel for it before I go out there and race against real people. I think AI is being more respectful toward real people. If I'm taking the time to practice and learn and figure things out, I'm showing real people respect by not just going out there having no practice around other cars and just wrecking them. That's just my personal opinion. I know a lot of people hate the fact that AI is in iRacing. I think it's a tool to show respect to other real drivers by saying, hey, I respect you. I'm going to go practice offline in my own time so that I can feel more comfortable and not crash you out of a race. But anyway, so you can see here we're still getting around the track somewhat decently. There are going to be hopefully some passes coming up. If there's time that's not exciting, then I'll just skip through that and you can just get to the fun part. Alright, now you see we're getting a big run. We're going to make a run to the high side. I will probably brake a little early again just to see what he does. Now see, he gave me room right there because he was right up beside my bumper and slowed down and gave me room and didn't run into me. Now, could he have went lower? Yeah, probably. But he gave me the room instead. Now, the one thing I don't know if they've coded into this game is what happens when, let's say, you're doing oval racing and there's 2 laps to go. Is that AI going to ramp up because there's 2 laps to go, and are they going to be more aggressive? Or I would assume they're going to stay at the same aggression level because that's what you set at the beginning of the race. But it would be cool to have an option to ramp up the aggression level by 10% when there's 2 or 3 laps to go. That would be a cool feature. Or if there's a green-white checker, you can ramp up the aggression by a percentage. I don't know if that's something they could do or if they've looked at doing, but that would be a cool idea. Now here I am coming up to speed on this car ahead of me. I'm going to look to the inside. I didn't go down there fast enough, but he also got stuck. He hit the line on the bottom of the track and sent him up the track. And here I come back behind him again. Now let's see what happens here. Now see, I'm still being real cautious as well. He's still out to the outside of me. Takes the spot back because it's ingrained in my brain that I'm racing real people. So subconsciously, I'm probably thinking these are real people even though I know they're not. I've only raced real people on iRacing for 11 years. This is weird. Now here comes another car to my inside. He gets the spot and goes on his way. Now I'm coming back. I usually do pretty good in this section of the track. Oh, I get into him a little bit. Oh, he spins out. Oh, man. Now, see, if that had been a real person, they might have been okay with it. They might have been really pissed off. But I don't have to worry about that because it's AI. And now I'm like, okay, now I know not to do that. Now I know not to get that close. And here we go. I'm going to make another move to the inside. Didn't have enough to get the pass. He's going to brake. I'm going to brake a little bit later this time. Let's see if I can get through there. Oh, and we run into each other, and that's probably my fault. So, we end up on our lid. But again, it's training and teaching and learning, and I like it. I enjoy it. Now we're going to look at some replay here outside of the car and see what that looks like. Now this is me in the red car. And obviously the car in front of me is who I'm battling. So I wanted you to see it from an outside the car perspective just to see what you think. That was about the worst move ever. That was awful. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit so you can get up to the part where the pass is made, so you're not waiting all day. Now it's showing the white flag because I'm in the replay and the real race is still going on. Now here I come to the inside. He moves over a little bit, but he knows I'm there, so he's doing okay. See, he sees me there, and he gives me the spot. Then he's right behind me, but he's not diving underneath me trying to take the spot back. Now here he comes back underneath me. There he goes to the inside. I'm to the outside, obviously. Let's see what happens here. He gives me a little bit of room, and I stay in front of him. And then we fast forward ahead so I can get to these other cars up here and see what happens. And now there's me in his rear view. You can see a little bit of clipping there. A little bit more clipping there, but I hit him that time. And then we keep moving. And here I come down to the inside. And then he gets to pass back on me and goes back around. But all in all, lots of fun. I think Iracing AI is going to be very nice if they keep working on it and keep working out the bugs. I'm going to keep doing videos as it keeps getting worked on. So appreciate it and come back and see me. I'll talk to you soon.